Ready, set, we go on this Friday before the Sabbath. The backpack has about 44 pounds approximate in the backpack, because I got some food donation. Thank you for the coffee, for the marshmallows, for the romaine lettuce, and for the bread, and for some of those good little jams. I got myself a little jams, not in the jam, but we're gonna go to the mountain from my neighborhood all the way to the mountain. Maybe not, maybe we're gonna switch. Beautiful sun, and somebody give me a big smile. Turn your heads left and right before you cross the street. I got the backpack on today. We go roundabout. Maybe we're gonna switch in motion. We go east, north, south, maybe towards the sun. Gotta take a quick pick at my King the Sun salute. And today, Women's Day March, Dragon Zero March, dedicated to my anonymous sister friend, whom if I make a million, gonna give her half. The greatest woman that I know. If I make a billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. Deserves to be, and I'm a Swiftie, deserves to be 7 times richer than Taylor Swift. Got love for you, Taylor Swift, but I'm on these marching rock and roll to the mountain. Encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. Beautiful day. Gonna get that 6 degrees, whatever the number is today for Women's Day. Specifically to my anonymous sister friend who there's power of attorney, and gotta get that for LOV. If I make a million, gonna give her half. A billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. And as I march to the mountain, saluting the firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production and that distribution of food. Food security starts with the farmers. Cooks with it. Rock and roll 24/7 for the cooks, for the bakers, the butchers, the nurses, the carpenters, the doctors. Independent aspie with amnesia. That RA. Retrograde amnesia. Gratitude, grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. Rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and this month of March, gonna get that. Going to the east, coming from the west. I'm gonna actually go wait in the sun a little bit. It's a bit sunny, you know. Actually get that love sunset, and my Pope the King the Sun now shines and now rises, and I always invite people to commence their fitness journey. I've been commenced my fitness journey about 6 years ago, and I got out of depression after I crossed Canada coast to coast, and seeing some people wearing some of that red, and my favorite color, like the blue sky, for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. We're gonna go Dragon Army Public-Private Partnership, calling all to support. A third one wearing red. Red is my favorite color, yours truly. Rainbow Dragon, philosopher, independent aspie with amnesia, artist, athlete, philosopher. Encouraging all to work out, train, exercise, and gotta get that LOV. And love I got, kisses I got by the trillions, push-ups by the trillions, by the billions. And yours truly, gotta get it for that love. And no, we're not perfect, far from it, but you gotta get that LOV. And sometimes fitness journey begins for me. So I got plenty of time for that. I always say my fitness journey begins now. I'm gonna see something there. I'm gonna go a little bit in the sun, gonna zigzag a little bit, maybe change directions towards the sun, but nonetheless, for my anonymous sister friend on Women's Day, the greatest woman that I know, I call her sister, family, consider my anonymous sister friend, sister, aka the greatest woman that I know. And if I make a million, gonna give her half. A billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. As I cross here on this park on Cavendish, and from my neighborhood, going of course all the way for the drill. Let's see what happened there. Please don't leave. Recycle the garbage. Put it in the garbage. We got public works. Saluting our public workers 24/7. For the public workers as I go on the marching dance. Always for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and always get a little bit of that sun. Let me take a little pictures of these beauties, because they're quite beautiful and deserves to be put on that social media. Look how majestic these are and how small I am. Sometimes gotta get that humble, because all the trees of all the world are the hair on the goddess. I say goddess, G-O-D-D-S-S. Rock and roll, my spirituality is rock and roll. I'm a mystic, but so many things I don't know. I do know that I love working out, training, and that exercising, and it is my medicine and therapy of choice, and I salute the public workers changing the aqueducts, the sewers, the firefighters, the bakers, the butchers, the carpenters, all those now my head is immersed throughout North America, what's happening coast to coast, train conductors, butchers, bakers, you know, I'm the people's artist. I got that Asperger's, so I'm gonna say things twice or three times, twice or three times, maybe even more, but I'm working on it, you know, and I've been accepting it for the past years, and you know something that I have, amnesia, double A, AA, parallel to AA, ASPE with amnesia, I got that Asperger's, and retrograde, RA, retrograde amnesia, so just remember moving to a better place, was depressed and suicidal, I traversed Canada coast to coast, got out of depression, and I see how many things are here to be doing, to rock and roll, to get that rock and roll, to read children's books, write songs, and visit so many cities across Canada, across North America. From my neighborhood, moved to a better place. Where I used to live was a little bit underground, and there's a lot of mold, maybe that's the cause of amnesia, whatever the case may be. And what's most important is today, as I live at Carpe Diem from today, and celebrating 4 years of having survived COVID. 4 years ago, struck by COVID, and COVID for yours truly was hardcore, and about mid-February till about mid-March was very sickle and disease. For me, it was like death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease, pestilence, death, and disease, and being reborn, just taking a sniff out of these majestic trees. Ah, look at the hair on the goddess, how beautiful it is with the breeze. We gotta stop, and also sometimes we just gotta get that admiration, you know, so many things I don't know, and I do know my geopolitics, because, you know, being that Asperger's, I am obsessed about certain topics, and my topics of interest are, of course, geopolitics. The study of geopolitics thereof is geopolitics 24/7. Fitness, dancing is my favorite sport, and, you know, along with civilizational studies, and of course I do present my trinity of theories as I go on the march. With these new boots, red, see a lot of red, good for you. Maybe Dragon Army potential, calling all willing living to support the implementation of my trinity of theories, thinking about that NORAD, NATO, steadfast, and coast to coast, you know, gotta get that drill. I'm gonna get a little bit towards the sun, gotta get a little bit of that sunshine. Maybe we're gonna switch and just go round about and go get a little bit of that sun, you know, so gonna get a little bit of that tan, I guess, and maybe not a tan, but it certainly feels good for me. So I think I'm just gonna not go to the mountain today, maybe, and we're just gonna go towards my neighborhood, and for the greatest woman I know, my anonymous sister friend, you know, and we're gonna go to the mountain maybe on Sunday, whatever have you. And tomorrow's maybe gonna rain, but if it's gonna rain, I don't know, maybe not. And here I'm a Quebecer, North American, Canadian, many past lives, many incarnations, singing that rock and roll today for the greatest woman that I know. She's the one that gonna wear those steel toes. She's the one that is gonna wear those steel toes. She's the one that gonna wear those steel toes. For the freedom, for the no, for the happy, for let's go, for the show and for the dough, for the love and for the gold, for that doing us the show. Always for the bakers, butchers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, and public workers who picked up this nice park here so that children can enjoy, and security and safety. And of course I'm in the public, so in the public I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which of course under the normal circumstance of life would have not applied if I would have stayed, of course, in my underground room off Sun Temple. It would have not been the same thing if I would have had less obligations and duties and responsibilities. While now, because I'm in the public, there's added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, of course, which would have not happened if I would have stayed in my room off Sun Temple, right? So I decided to step out, and, you know, gotta get at that drill. Exercising is my medicine and therapy of choice, so I was like, go towards a little bit of that sun, getting some of that sunlight always feel good. And I always say my fitness journey commences begins, starts now, as your fitness journey can begin, can commence and start now. So that's all the attitude I take. Sometimes, feel a little bit moody. We got a donation from food security. Food security starts with the farmers. Thank you, farmers, food producers, small, medium, large, across North America, meditating everything that's going on now with the truckers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, and all those involved in the production, the distribution of food, those who distribute the food, bakers and the butchers and the nurses and the doctors, and all those, of course, involved in the production of that food. Food security starts with the farmers and encouraging citizens to work out, train, exercise, and working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. But turn my head left or right before I cross the street, and encouraging the joggers there to give a little bit of jog as they saluting, fellow citizens who work out, who train, and it's super important. I always love, of course, to train and exercise, and I always love to admire these big trees. See how majestic they are there, and so big they are there. They're so big, and sometimes we gotta get that drill now, and gotta get that going now, and you get going, you start your fitness journey. Look at this beauty. I love it. It's got a smell of it, and just the smell of it gives it that fresh air. We got a lot of trees, and we got flora, we got fauna, we got nature and civilization right here. Got that nature, we got that civilization, and gotta go hand in hand together. Gotta get that drill, and we gotta get that vigor. So my fitness journey starts today. That's always what I say. Because when I died of COVID in 2020, and I'm being reborn now, I always take that attitude, that it's always starts today, my fitness journey, although I do have hopes for better days for tomorrow. And of course, I do have my Trinity of theories, which I do put at the table, and so I bring to the table. So we're going to go to that bridge, but we're going to take different routes, as we usually take some other routes. Now we're going to take a little bit of that different routes as we're going to go to the bridge. That bridge that I'm saying is where we cross and switch it into that French, because we're not very Prive. So going around differently, because we went to the mountain, and I think we went yesterday to the mountain, and we went Wednesday to the mountain, not Tuesday, and I believe we also went Monday. So I believe we went like 3 times or twice at least. So it's usually after I don't go 3 days in a row, I start missing my second home that way, the mountain. But now, because it's sunset, I gotta get that sunset, and I'm gonna go towards the sun because I want to get a little bit of sun. But while if I go to the mountain east, I'm gonna have to keep on looking back, and I want to go towards the sunset, towards the direction of the sunset. And maybe I don't know, maybe tomorrow's supposed to rain, we'll see. But if not, I'll go tomorrow to the mountain, and if not, I'll go, of course, on the Sunday, and Sunday getting that to the mountain, and saluting my fellow citizen, doing a little bit of cleaning. And I've done a little bit of cleaning today. I sweep the floors, lots of dirt. I try to. I'm a work in progress myself. I keep cleaning, and I gotta do that double trouble. And I did twice 2 laundries. Thank you to my anonymous sister friend. This march for her especially, but always for the youth, the collective North American civilization, and the complex. And gotta get it for that drill. And as we go now towards the sun, we're gonna do a little bit of meditation here. I wonder how is the food security going on with the citizens, rents being paid, everything like that is going on right now. Immersed 24/7. My head from the local here, Metropolis Island, Montreal, 2.5 million people, and gotta get that PPP. There's lots of work to do here. Lots of work in our schools, in the public sphere. We gotta thank those who changed the aqueducts, the sewers, and the trains, and we gotta get a little bit of gratitude as we go 24/7, so that's all I know, a little bit of gratitude. And geopolitics, I'm a great geopolitical analyst and theorist, but there's a lot of things that, honestly, lots of things that personally I don't know. I don't know what caused COVID. I know I had it and got triple vaxxed, and I'm obsessed about public hygiene, so I open carry my disinfectant, hand sanitizers. I go march now towards the sunset for the greatest woman that I know, anonymous sister friend, and women smart, women special. And, today on Women's Day, decided to march for the greatest woman that I know on Women's Day special. And I guess all of my sisters in general, this androgynous, pansexual, gay, androgynous, pansexual, gay, I am gay, androgynous, pansexual, you know, so I get that 50-50. You got that dance rainbow, black and white with it, but also with the rainbow, the black and the white with the rainbow in the middle or in between, black and white, but in the rainbow in between, you know. Can add a little bit of gray to that, no problem, and you know, we gotta go for the drill, and we gotta get for the drill, and we gotta get for the doing now, and we gotta get for that to do, and we gotta get for going, you know. So my fitness journey starts today, and I always wonder the mortgages and with the prices increasing, and I foresaw this geopolitical, financial, political situation. I foresaw it back in 2019. Back in 2019, I did foresee the current situation, which is unfolding on a international, global, worldwide scale, you know. And I don't have all the answers. I have some, and I'm not perfect, far from it, you know. And I like my BDSM switch. I do like my BDSM switch, right? But besides that, I got a double trouble with the tango, and we go as we go on that starlit heavens and start my fitness journey. I'm happy when I see people holding hands, happy when I see people working out, happy when I hear charity, and would be happy to support and to have the support for my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, which when I say the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, and I mean basically my call for a PPP, public-private partnership, across the what I call the collective North American civilizational complex. Thank you for agreeing. The North American civilizational complex, because I am a philosopher, asked to be philosopher, and this is one of my theories which I presented to the world along with the dragon theory and Dr. Dragon. My thesis I presented in 2023 as the People's Doctor. Of course, the People's Doctor prescribed some push-ups, gratitude, public hygiene, and I got kisses, you know. The first Empire Kingdom to be founded initially with trillions. A trillion is 1,000 billion, with trillions of kisses, because I got credited from the forgotten goddess. Trillions of kisses, hugs, push-ups with it, rock and roll, gratitude, and kisses I got. So I'm the first founder of a kingdom empire, basically calling North Americans to unite in a democratic republic, and first to be founded by kisses. Some push-ups with it, lots of kisses. Kisses I got. I can kiss over time, every time, just like work out over time, every time. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, those train conductors now, you know. I see the train conductors, and it's not literally, but in my imagination, from the information that I know, always update 24/7. Update, supercomputers, satellites, which in a parallel life I designed, create microchips, and supercomputers and satellites in that parallel life, connected with the sun. But forget that parallel life for now. Anybody want to finance parallel life discussions? And I'm a spiritual teaching student, because I don't know it all, but I'm a mystic, and I do believe in reincarnations. I believe many times I was reincarnated, born right here, and twice. 2 times in the United States post 1776. 2 times I was born in the USA that way, post 1776, and both times I served in the United States Army. So when I was born in the USA in previous incarnations post 1776, I've served in the United States Army. So now calling for a new institution, the public-private partnership, the Dragon Army, for defense only. We're gonna play that defense. The collective North American civilizational complex of North America. Things said nice, smile, said lies, love you back, and love I give you back sevenfold, you know. Love I got, hugs I got, tickles I got, massages I got. As I go now all the way, you know, we're gonna go through the sunset. And we're gonna go for the peace. Turn my heads left and right, make sure that cross in safety. Because, you know, when I'm in the public, right? So being in the public, I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which of course under the normal circumstance of life would have not applied. If I would have stayed home, it would have been different, right? If I would have stayed home. In my underground dragon's lair, it wouldn't have been the same. So now that I'm outside, I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations. So I try the best to abide by them. My liberty, my security, liberty and security, my joy, joy, joy to work out, train, exercise, and do this vlog working with the laptop. Turn my head left and right. Because you never know, brakes might malfunction, and what if the citizen driver presses the accelerator instead of the brake, and we get that drill, and we get that doing like that, and we get it for the LOV, and you know, we try to be extra prudent because I'm in the public, so gotta thank those public workers who give services like this one's gonna be picked up. So I got 3 services in my neighborhood, and from Montreal mostly. We got picking up the garbage, public works, thank you, rock and roll for them as well. The picking up the garbage, the recycling, the compost, you know, takes that brain and muscle, and we gotta get it for that brain and muscle, and we gotta get it for the brain and muscle, and we gotta salute because they're athletes. You know, when I see them going on those big trucks, say, wow, they're athletes. They're going on the big trucks, so athletics in motion. And
well, when I was in grad school, I was doing
I salute the public bus drivers, and gotta watch for the child, you know, to make sure that his pleasure, look, he's got skills. When you see the child doing a push-up, encourage the children to do some more. Running a little bit is good, and children encourage children in fitness, and encourage children to work out, train, exercise. And you know, as I go towards the sun, right here in my neighborhood, I used to do laundry right there. Actually, used to do laundry right there. Used to do laundry right there. So here's a one-way. Gotta turn my heads left and right. So I used to do laundry right there, and this is my neighborhood, part of my neighborhood. We're not yet in Montreal West, but used to still do buy some spices there, and got a lot of work to do here in North America, you know. My black brothers and sisters, part of us North Americans, we gotta work together, man. Gotta put aside now is everything that's happening in the world, you know. Possibility of World War III, as I say. Possibility of World War III started, you know. Possibility that World War III started, some say. I predicted it back in 2019. So back in 2019 I predicted what's happening, so back then I foresaw the geopolitical situation that's unfolding now, and I foresaw it. So I foresaw the geopolitical situation, and I foresaw what's going on now in different ways, parallel, but you know, the fact that I got Asperger's makes me, like many Aspies, obsessed And like many aspects, I suffered with unemployment, chronic unemployment, and lost friends, made friends. Over the past 7 years, made lots of friends, and lost some friends, made some friends, made friends, lost friends. Yeah, Asperger's, you know. I can be intense when I work out because fitness is my workout training program system, which I've created. So I'm sports 24/7 fitness. Sports 24/7 fitness and geopolitics 24/7, and I am an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist. I am an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and got my own philosophies, theories, but of course I've studied, wrote theory, philosophy on geopolitics, and the study of civilization, civilizational studies is also one of my obsessions. So that made me that I present, of course, a theory which is called the DRT, right? The DRT theory. The DRT theory for the creation of the UE. So I've studied geopolitics in depth and study civilizations in depth, and of course in civilizations there's the public, and the public, and in the public there's the study of civilizations. And of course public finance is part of the study of civilizations. I specialize in ancient Egyptian, Sumerian, Sumer. Sumeria was before Babylon, is Babylon, and ancient Roman. Ancient Roman. So those also have public finance, right? Public financing, finance the roads, right? Road financing, building construction, public works, parks, aqueducts, sewers, all this public finance. This dates back to ancient civilization. Many of the things still run on the same principles, right? Taxation to have public and the private, and of course everything that I do is of course for the public and the private. For the public and the private. For the public and the private partnership. Everything that I do is for the public and the private partnership. The public and the private partnership. Get it towards the sunset. Get towards the sun. Here it is. Very interesting trees here. I just love how those kind of look like from a past life acacia trees in Africa. Acacia trees kind of look a bit like that. See, but could be a derivative of acacia trees. They do look like acacia trees. Actually, they look very acacia-like. Could be actually even a derivative, but of course, acacia is mostly in Africa, Egypt, and Africa. But it's possible. I mean, it's not ruled out. It's not ruled out. Love me some of that good green, man. Look at that. Good green van. It's kind of nice, elongated. We need many vans like that. More satellites vans and new Dragon 300 trucks to be able to load food and be able to be mobile, you know. It's mobile defense, you know. Mobile defense, and gotta get that mobile. And here we are from my neighborhood. Gotta salute public workers who build a park for the dogs, dog park here, and baseball park. It's park which we enjoy, my enjoyment, your enjoyment. It's open to us, and it's gotta be hygiene a little bit, you know, if you touch things. And see, I'm a bit obsessed with public hygiene as an Aspian. Yeah, I did scrub the toilet bowl today too, and scrub the toilet bowl. I got work to do on myself. I don't get that pretense, you know, I keep it rock and roll, and I don't take that pretense, and I like my hamburgers. I like my wafers. I like hugs. I like to give, receive pleasure, but I'm not totally selfish. Not totally selfish either. You know, I try to be balanced in the medium. You know, spirituality, so many things I don't know. Mysteries, mystic. You know, reincarnations, whatever the case may be. All I know is really the island here. Island woke up, moved to a better place, got out of depression, being suicidal. Got out of depression, being suicidal. Got out of depression and being suicidal, and started my fitness journey. Survived COVID 4 years ago. Survived COVID. COVID struck me hard, you know. It's like death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease. You know, it's like. So in many ways, I did say I did die, and nothing that I want to go back to. You know, it's today, carpe diem, island, my dreams for a public-private partnership. And yeah, sometimes I go a little bit crazy, a little bit mad. You know, sometimes, especially when I rap for the farmers. Rap for the butchers, rap for the bakers, rock and roll for those nurses and the doctors. We would go to sunset on the 24/7 today for the greatest woman that I know. My anonymous sister friend, thank you. And if I know somebody who's able to be a general for freedom, well, my anonymous sister friend, I'm gonna be number one. Myself, you know, with tiny hands and tiny feet and a little tiny androgynous scar. I got a scar, literally. This is a literal thing. I do have a scar on my androgynous genitalia. Sometimes it goes rocket, but most of the time it's tiny scar. Androgynous. So nonetheless, as we are here, you know, sometimes gotta get that center. And I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. I am a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. And I admire construction workers. Love you construction workers. Gotta send some love on those radio waves 24/7. And time to get a little bit of more. It takes some old school with a new school, you know. It takes some old school with a new school. It takes some old school with a new school. You know, you got hydroelectric dams we got. I'm doing thanks to Hydro-Quebec workers of the past who build those dams up north, Bay James, for me to do this work as an independent Aspie artist. AA Aspie with amnesia, retrograde amnesia, and Aspie with amnesia, AA parallel to AA artist athlete, and also a philosopher, geopolitical analyst and theorist who knows a little bit in a parallel life about satellites, supercomputers, ICBM rockets, and all the things of telecommunications, you know, and all the things of nature and civilization and all the things which we do now and all the things which we love to do, you know. Civilization is a privilege, you know. Civilization is a privilege. You gotta work in together with hand in hand with nature. Civilization is a privilege, and I drive these boots. I don't own a car, but I have an idea for an electric or even hybrid. Dragon Army public-private partnership. Dragon Army truck. Be mobile. North America security and defense only. We're gonna play DDD. Dragon Army, a new institution. Extend, of course, to all willing and loving, but nonetheless, you know, it's the things we gotta do. You know, sometimes you just gotta keep some of that old school. You know, it takes brains and muscle, railroads we need to rebuild, and highways, infrastructure, and gotta build, of course, so many potholes here. So many potholes there, potholes here. Lots of buildings, bridges. Thank you, Public Works. Saw them changing infrastructure, rock and roll for them. Love. We love our public workers, love our nurses, love our doctors, love our farmers, love our butchers, love our bakers, love our nurses, love our doctors, love our grocery store clerks, cashiers, and those changing diapers in the daycares. We gotta send some LOV. Not all about the money, eh? It's not all about the money. It's not all about the money. Money I don't have. I got trillions of kisses, rock and roll marching steps, lots of push-ups with it, but I am $10,500 in debt. I am $10,500 in debt. I am $10,500 in debt. But what is money anyways? Money is of course to buy, sell. Money is of course an instrument for us to buy, sell, exchange, buy good services, And I firmly believe this is a paradox of me having Asperger's, is of course that having the curse of Asperger's, maybe that of course I'm super obsessed about certain things, and of course certain things of society such as geopolitical analysis and the study of civilizations and and of course I have developed a theory to go with my study of civilizations, of which public finance is a subset of the study of civilizations, right? Public finance is like a subset of the study of civilizations. Got out of the way for the family to traverse, you know. I don't mind just moving. I appreciate when citizens make an effort, but I don't mind. I think they were discussing and they didn't quite see me, and only later, so they didn't move. But because you're supposed to like keep to the right? They were coming there, but whatever. It's not a big deal. But I make concessions, but sometimes we make compromises because the walkways, you stay like driving right to the right side, just like driving to the right side, just like right to the right. But in this case, it's my pleasure to make a little bit of a compromise and concession because to get out of the way. I think they were discussing and they didn't quite see me until late seconds, so I did that decision as a citizen who's not super concerned about just security, but also with liberty but also harmony, you know, because my security, my liberty has got to be in harmony and equilibrium with my fellow citizens, you know, who do whatever they have to do. And I was like, when I see people jogging, dancing is my favorite sport. But anyways, being that Asperger's, I got obsessions, and many Asperger's share some of my obsessions, but the Aspies were a tiny percentage of the population, eh? So we're super intense about certain topics. Me is geopolitics 24/7, sports, dancing is my favorite sport, but I love women's hockey. Women's hockey, they play as good as the men, eh? They play as good as the men, eh? They play as good as the men, man. Thank you very much. See, in this case, you made a little concession and got out of the way, so I said thank you. And fellow two citizens, you just moved to the right side, and I stayed to the right, and I said thank you. And that's it, that's all rock and roll, you know. Keep it courteous, and I'm joyous to see people being marching and walking and having a good time and discussing and taking some air. It's social media, internet, tech is fine, but we also gotta sometimes get out, you know, just look at the trees and look at the sky. You know, I've been through a lot, and suffered, struggled, and you know, a lot of us have, you know, sexual liberation, it ain't easy, you know. Consent, hygiene, that's it, that's all, that's how we roll. And you know, gratitude is important, you know, and just BNS, give some charity, you know, food security, and you know, it's not all about the money, you know, it's not all about the money. Sometimes you gotta balance things out, you know, with the money and whatever have you, and it's not all about the money. So let's get that LOV, you know. Money is to buy, sell, you know, money is to conduct transactions, right? That's what money serves the purpose of, right? Money, the universal exchanging it on the table. And the paradox of me having Asperger's is that I firmly believe that my DRT theory is the only solution. I know actually. So this paradox, me having Asperger's and having foreseen even financial trends and geopolitical trends, because I am obsessed about geopolitics and sports, fitness. Dancing is my favorite sport, although I don't love boxing and gridiron football. And I love the German national soccer team. I do love the German national soccer team. I do love the German national soccer team. But besides that, I'm not a big fan of soccer. But I did love what Canada did, the national team of Canada. How do we perform? And Spirit Women's, we do right. And anyway, so my DRT theory I'm gonna explain it now. So there's no other solution but my DRT theory. So the DRT theory stands now, as it's 5:30, to be the only solution for the situation, the geopolitical situation of what's happening now. The geopolitical situation of what's happening now. So I'm gonna show you, of course, I'm gonna cross the street here, turning my head left and right. Fellow citizen jogging. And yeah, I love to matchmake, you know, I love to matchmake, I love to matchmake. Anyways, so the DRT, theory explained. I'm gonna show you the motive and why I do know that the DRT theory, standing for debt profusion theory, is the only solution, right? So, curse of Asperger's now has some blessings. The DRT theory, my DRT theory being one of them. So I'm gonna show you this is the debt servicing. In other words, paying interest. This is how much we pay interest on the debt. In 2020, 2021, we paid 20.3 billion. A billion has 901 billion has 1,000 million. 3 years later, 2023 to 2024, it more than doubled. Doubled would have been 40.6. So it's 46.5. $46.5. A beautiful sunset. So it more than doubled to 46.5 billion. This is just servicing the interest. Just gonna take some pictures here. So paying interest on the debt more than doubled in 3 years, 2020, 2021 to 23, 2024. Wow, look at that beautiful sunset. But the sun now rises somewhere. So the DRT theory explained, but I gotta salute the train conductors. Just gonna take some pictures for my social media, Facebook. So the DRT theory, my debt refusion theory, is the only solution now where we are economically in terms of public finances. Many of the finances, and of course, not just public, but private. So now I'm going to discuss it. So the DRT theory, once again, these are the numbers from the Bank of Canada. How much we pay interest on the public debt. This is the interest payments on the public debt. It more than doubled in 3 years, the interest payments on the public debt. So my DRT theory, keep in mind that it contains what's called in monetary theory or monetary integration theory. So my theory contains the theory called as monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory, the monetary integration theory. My DRT theory. So monetary integration theory is exactly what was done in Europe. So the Italians got rid of the lira. The Germans, they got rid of the franc. The Italians got rid of the lira. The Germans got rid of the franc. Right? They got rid of the franc. They got rid of the lira. And of course, the Italians as well. Franc, all other European countries, many, more than 22, about 28, I think. So that's what they did. They gradually, it didn't happen at once. Many countries first, like then they added different countries that joined the Eurozone, what's called the Eurozone. What's called the Eurozone. So they did join together and they created a monetary union, right? So my DRT theory contains the debt refusion theory, right? Contains my DRT theory contains monetary integration theory. So my theory is this: take all public and private debt. My debt, myself as a private citizen, is 10,500. My debt, your debt, our debt, all the debt of Canada, coast to coast. All the debt of Canada, coast to coast. All the debt of Canada, coast to coast. All the debt of Canada, coast to coast, coast to coast. All the Canadian debt, right? The debt of Canada. Whatever the number is, create all that number, since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for international trade. The US dollar still is for international trade, global finance, and economic business, right? The US dollar still is. So all the debt, public and the private debt, my debt, your debt, the debt of Canadians, all the public and the private, both public and the private debt of Canada, converted to US dollars, of Mexico, public and the private, the peso of Mexico, the Haitian gourd. Haiti, my brothers and sisters, you're part of us North Americans. Haiti's part of the collective North American civilization. We gotta get that North American integral. NORAD, NATO. In countries of the islands, and all the debt, public and private, that's gonna be the number, and that's gonna be the initial money supply, but converted into US dollars. So that's gonna be the initial money supply for a new central bank. It could be with other nations as well, joint bank, BIS, Bank of International Settlements. But I am a North American fundamentally, I do not consider myself a member of a diaspora, although I can be a universal citizen, world peace, but I am fundamentally a North American. I am a North American fundamentally. And I really know is this island and my struggles, with basically like one foot in the streets, one foot in the libraries, reading, learning, self-education, and then healing, and these past years of some of suffering, struggle, but some now of healing and change. And sometimes change takes a little bit of effort, and sometimes change is through pain, and I can see the good of why I have Asperger's and suffer, struggle, but sometimes there's a little bit of good, so sometimes it takes a little bit of that old school with it, so it's not all new school, it kind of takes that harmony, balance, equilibrium, depending what, X, Y, Z, details, and case by case sometimes. So all the public and the private debt, refuse it. I'm going to put my glasses on. So all the debt, public and private, will be the initial money supply for a new financial global institution, right? For a new financial global institution. Right? North American Central Bank, if you will, North American Central Bank, to issue currency that I call the UE. Stands for U dot E dot U dot, Universal Exchange Unit. U dot E dot U dot, Universal Exchange Unit, based on the US dollar, and then freeze all prices, freeze all the prices. So freeze so that we fight inflation, freeze the price of bread, milk, butter, all the goods, and then we'll set a limit on this. The interest of 10%, no more than 10% maximum. It could be 7.70, 1.56, 3.33. It could be 9.3, 1%, less than 10 on all loans thereafter. It would be like a refusion. So that is the DRT. And the DRT, of course, includes what's known as monetary integration theory, what was done, of course, in the European Union. So you got to keep that in mind. So that is the DRT, my theory presented to you. Put it on the table. So that's why I'm calling on astrological brother Bill Gates and create the universal exchange based on the US dollar at that point in time. Starts with me now doing this video. And that is the solution. There's no other solution. There's no other solution to the public finances now, but this, the DRT, for the creation of the UE. So all this, with all this money, it's gonna be all the debt, public and private, will be the initial money supply. And then of course, gonna finance the two public-private partnership institutions, the Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, in parallel one with the other, the DGA, of course, to dance for Mother Nature and the environment, of course the Dragon Army to be for security and service, right, for the both. So all this money will be the initial money supply for this new central bank, if you will. All this central bank, this money will be the initial money supply for this new institution, financial institution, basically North American or NORAD, NATO, even global central bank to create the UE based on the US dollar, because the US dollar still is the, but of course with the regionalization, it's world peace. I am still hopeful, but I predicted that what's going on now geopolitically, which is we're closer to World War III than perhaps we ever were, ever perhaps. Anyway, so all the public and the private debt, do that refusion, and of course create what I call the universal exchange unit. The universal exchange unit. I'm just gonna take a little picture of there with the corner of Sheraton and Roxton, or the corner of Sheraton and Roxton, where the corner of Sheraton and Roxton, where the corner of Sheraton and Roxton, where the corner of Sheraton and Roxton here, and right there we're gonna go through the back here. Corner of Sheraton and Roxton. So anyways, the DRT, take all private and public debt, and with all that money we're going to finance the Dragon Army, security and service, defense, only defense, security and service, and 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 defense, security and service, 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 security and service, and defense. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE, universal exchange unit. That's what I'm calling for. And of course, with that money, we're going to be able to finance the building of more bridges, building of bridges, rebuilding of infrastructure, more satellites, webcams for public and public monitorization and surveillance, because we got to get security, liberty, and we're going to mass finance citizens to work out, to train, to exercise, and we can mass finance citizens to work out, to train, and to exercise. We can mass finance citizens to work out and to train and to exercise, and have been able and will continue to call for the mass financing of citizens thereof to work out, to train, and to exercise. And working out, training, and exercising, well, has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, and I believe it is for many. And my fitness journey always starts today, and we're gonna switch to that French because we're not that once we get to that bridge. But just wanted to finish up and wrap up again the DRT theory, which I believe is the only solution. Little doggy carrying a big stick there. Poodles I can pet, eh? Poodles I can pet, poodles I can pet. But of course, poodles I can pet and I kind of like. But of course others, it's kind of makes me sneeze, and I get sneezed and I get allergic reactions. The thickness in the fur, but it was beautiful. Jet black. And nonetheless, so take all private and public debt. My debt, citizen 10,500. Your debt, our debt, and of course all the debt, and of course all the debt that exists, and all the debt, public and private, refuse it, whatever the number is gonna be in the trillions, in the trillions, in the trillions, just like I got trillions of kisses from for the foundations, to laying the foundation first and foremost with trillions. A trillion is 1,000 billion. It got 12 zeros, and got trillions of kisses for all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance. Allegiance got trillions of kisses for all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance. Allegiance got trillions of kisses for all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance. Allegiance, and that's how we're gonna do a new justice and defense. Dragon Army Security Service and Defense. Dragon Army Mobile Security Service and Defense. Mobile Security Service and Defense. North America's collective civilizational complex, or the complex of North American civilization, or just North America. But what we constitute North Americans, a complex of civilizations, and a North American civilizational complex, and where we made the great linguistic compromise of the French language. We made the great linguistic compromise of the French language, and that's where we got with the DRT. But I am making compromises 24/7. Compromise. But of course, my DRT theory, I'm calling all of Black Rock, Blackstone and Black Rock is not the same. Larry Fink is a Black Rock financial institution. My Scorpio brother Bill Gates with Microsoft, and of course Google, Apple, all public and private institutions to support the DRT for the creation of the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit. And that will be to buy, sell, and standardize all prices. That will fight inflation, right? So we're going to be standardizing, freezing the prices, right? At that point in time, ASAP. Ah, what a beautiful, majestic. And then we're going to be able to plant more trees, rebuild the railroads, rebuild the highways, rebuild the railroads, rebuild highways, railroads, more parks, put some color, rebuild nature in harmony with civilization by the DRT. Support the DRT. The DRT, the debt refusion theory, is the only solution. The only solution. As I march now, and for my anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know, if I make $1 million, gonna give her half of $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion. And I love you, Swift. Got some songs, and I'm a Swiftie, but my anonymous sister friend deserves to be 7 times the number after 6 is 7, the number after 6 is 7, the number after 6. Before 8 is 7. Of course, my anonymous sister friend deserves to be 7 times billionaire. A billionaire deserves to be 7 times richer than you. Also, Oprah, Beyonce, love you, baby. You made that perfect video, my favorite music video of all time, which is in parallel to the one Jay-Z made, but just run this down, and you made also that girls around the world, which you made, and that's when you made it, and that's when you, that's things that I love, so you made it, and my anonymous sister friend deserves to be 7 times richer than you. Also, got love for you, Sister Beyonce. My anonymous sister friend deserves to be 7 times richer than Oprah, 7 times richer than Taylor Swift, 7 times richer than Beyonce, and all the 7 Kardashians put together times 7. That's 7 times 7, 49. So we're gonna end it at 49 times Kardashians, and that's about it. So the DRT, debt refusion theory in parallel to the citizen integration theory, the democratic fusion theory, Democratic Republic of North America, the North American Democratic Republic, the North American Democratic Republic, continue with that French and English, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, NORAD, NATO, steadfast defenders, which are our brothers and sisters in Mexico, NORAD, NATO with our brothers and sisters in Mexico, NORAD, NATO with our brothers and sisters in Mexico. Learned a little bit of Spanish, and gonna do some more Spanish, and we're gonna do some more Spanish, and we're gonna learn a little bit of that more Spanish, and as we go, not perfect, far from it, but I got some issues and got some vices, and here's kind of cool. I think somebody made it for for us to go like enjoy there for the public, but it's kind of an interesting side here how it's made and parallel to the railways, in parallel to the railways. So grateful, thankful, rents paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and marching today for the greatest woman that I know, my anonymous sister friend, the sunset, closing in on that sunset, and once again support the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of that UE, universal exchange is the only solution, independent aspie, artist, athlete. Now I'm in Montreal West, by the way. Now I'm in Montreal West. A little bit of a muddy alley here. Cut a little bit of a mud. See, we go from civilization and nature all the time to everyday civilization and nature. And we got a lot of cleaning to do, you know. We got a lot of cleaning to do, man. We gotta do it energetically sometimes. You gotta do it energetically sometimes. You gotta get that energetic and vigor, you know, and gotta get it for the energies, and we gotta get it for the drill, and we gotta get it for the now, and gotta get it for the, what is this? Oh, look at that. Hey, that's a beauty. Gonna take a little pictures. Oh, these are blossoming just before spring, kind of early, but today is the 8th of March, Women's Day, all women in the world, and my anonymous sister friend, I asked to marry me in an open BDSM switch marriage. You're gonna ask again. I asked already to marry me in an open BDSM switch marriage. I asked to marry me in an open BDSM switch marriage, but gonna ask again, but in an open BDSM switch marriage, greatest woman I know. If I make a man, gonna give her half, and oh, these beautiful black ones also, eh? Oh, that's beautiful. They're not edible, by the way. They're not edible. So, oh, wait a minute. These are, no, they're not. Oh, we do get that nature. So interesting, eh? Nature, but these are not edible, of course. We do have wild grapes, of which you see some videos I make that wild grape juice, and with some videos you see me, I do make that wild grape juice. Gotta remind myself that I do need to drink it and use it. And yeah, I'm a bit muddy, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of that shoes, you know. Not to that French, maintenant pour le français. Vous faites bien, citoyen, de faire du jogging, de l'entraînement physique. On s'en va vers le nord, le sud. On revient du nord, le nord est par là, en arrière. Maintenant, on s'en va vers le sud. La gratitude aujourd'hui pour la journée de la femme. Journée de la femme, je marche. Marche rock'n'roll dédié à la meilleure femme que je connais. Si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié. Si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié. Si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié. Elle mérite d'être 7 fois plus riche que Céline, le chiffre après 6, le chiffre après 6. Le chiffre qui suit 6. Avant 7. C'est bien sûr. C'est 7. Et je remercie, j'envoie de l'amour à nos pompiers, à nos boulangers, les caissiers et caissières, puis ceux qui sont sur le train, le chemin de fer, puis les travailleurs publics, qui changent nos aqueducs, Puis que bien sûr, dans la forêt, puis dans les chefs de cuisine qui cuisinent. Et même les infirmières, toujours les enseignants puis enseignants dans les garderies. Les boulangers, les charpentiers, les électriciens, puis les pompiers, puis bien sûr, donc ils font la table, les charpentiers, pas qu'avec un marteau, puis ça en construit, ben oui. Pour la journée de la femme aujourd'hui, pour les femmes, mes frères et sœurs, mes sœurs du Québec, votre androgyne, gay pansexuel, dragon arc-en-ciel, gay pansexuel androgyne, 50-50, surtout après-midi, plus sur le côté de la femme, blablabla. Parlez-moi d'amour, sinon je vous entends pas. J'entends le vent à la place. Ah ouais, à des pompes, je veux presque à l'entraînement physique québécois et québécoise. C'est mon médecine et thérapie de choc, puis ça fait du bien. J'ai sauté la dépression, bien sûr, c'est là 6 ans, puis j'ai l'Asperger's, ça dit merci pour quelqu'un, merci. Ah oui, ça j'aime ça, ça dit merci. La gratitude aujourd'hui. Ah, ça marche, j'ai la gratitude. La gratitude, j'ai payé mon loyer. J'ai payé mon loyer pour le mois de mars, on est le 8 mars. J'ai payé ma facture d'électricité Go Hydro-Québec Go qu'on en construise. Faut bâtir d'autres centrales. Puis j'ai du café puis du thé. Puis j'ai des dons sur mon sac à dos qui a à peu près 44 livres. Mon sac à dos a à peu près 44 livres. Mon sac à dos, ben, a à peu près 44 livres. Pas de kilogrammes, par exemple, des livres. Puis on va à la marche sur l'entraînement physique. Avec un beau ciel, le 8 mars pour la journée de la femme dédiée à ma soeur anonyme. J'ai déjà proposé un mariage ouvert BDSM ouvert, mais peut-être une promotion un mariage ouvert. Parce que je suis arc-en-ciel votre dragon, mais bien sûr, si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié, 1 milliard, je donne la moitié à 1 trillion, puis j'ai des trillions de bisous. Je crédite pour la fondation de l'Empire du Dragon, le royaume de la déesse, pour l'Union de l'Amérique du Nord dans une république démocratique. On va continuer de faire le compromis du français, puis on va chanter encore du français, puis du rock'n'roll en Amérique du Nord, parce qu'on constitue un collectif de civilisation nord-américain, québécois et québécoise. Votre dragon arc-en-ciel, ici, je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, et ça fait toujours du bien, en faisant des pompes, en faisant une marche, en faisant une marche, 2 marches, des pompes, des câlins et des bisous pour les pompiers, les infirmières, tous ceux qui changent les aqueducs et les travailleurs publics. Et avec du compromis, des fois, ça danse, la civilisation de la nature. Puis il y a du rock'n'roll dans ma grotte, de la gratitude puis l'amour. Sur les radios, je vais entendre plus. Envoie l'amour, puis j'ai ma tête avec méditation dans toute l'Amérique du Nord. Bien sûr, d'une façon créative, de la création méditative. En méditation, je veux dire. Puis, bien sûr, je vois les camionneurs qui transportent nos biens. Je vois les boulangers dans les boulangeries qui ont déchargé les camions, puis qui chargent, puis qui, bien sûr, déchargent, puis qui chargent la marchandise. Puis, bien sûr, j'entends le train, les chauffeurs de train, les travailleurs de bus. Dans les autobus, font rouler le transport public, amour pour les pompiers, amour pour les infirmières, amour pour ceux qui sont dans les restaurants, qui font une pizza, de la livraison, qui font des livraisons, puis ils donnent des hamburgers, des frites, tout ça, c'est travailleurs. C'est beau qu'ils sont sur le chemin, je suis l'artiste athlète. Double A, parallèle à Aspi avec amnésie rétrograde. J'ai l'amnésie rétrograde, puis j'ai l'Asperger's. Je suis un artiste, athlète, philosophe et qui n'est pas parfait en dette de 10 500. J'ai une dette de 10 500. Une dette de 10 500. Puis je vais attendre qu'il passe pas une passe avant de passer. Puis on va aller essayer de faire un petit peu d'entraînement. Puis ce que je voulais avec en passe en sécurité avec le peut-être le bébé ou peut-être c'est pas un bébé petit, mais bien sûr avec j'ai donné la permission parce que ça me fait plaisir des fois, tu sais, puis moi je fais un gros sac à dos, fait que j'ai laissé passer, puis pour la courtoisie citoyenne, tu sais, des fois dans le public, il faut faire on a des responsabilités, j'ai des obligations puis des devoirs que j'ai pas normalement chez nous dans ma grotte de dragon, tu sais. Dans ma grotte de dragon arc-en-ciel, j'aurais pu rester chez nous, je suis sorti dehors, j'ai d'autres responsabilités. Des responsabilités qui ne sont pas pareilles, qui ne sont pas semblables, tu sais, quand je suis dehors dans le public. Ouais. Je ne suis pas parfait loin de là, je ne fais pas prétence. Hein. Je suis rock'n'roll, votre dragon arc-en-ciel rock'n'roll, mais qu'est-ce qui est important pour moi. En tant qu'aspi, hein, j'ai l'Asperger, je vais répéter 2-3 fois la même chose, peut-être plus, puis je vais avoir des obsessions, mais les Asperger, les aspi, nous, mais combien des aspi j'ai souffert. Hein. Je me suis fait beaucoup d'amis, perdu des amis dans les 6-7 dernières années, j'ai perdu des amis, je me suis fait des amis, je me suis fait des amis, puis j'ai des amis, je me suis fait des amis, puis j'ai d'autres amis, puis que je me suis fait, bien sûr, dans les 6-7 dernières années, puis j'en ai bien sûr des amis que je me suis fait, puis je les ai perdus. L'Asperger, ça fait que moi j'ai mes obsessions, puis bien toutes les aspis, nous, on est moins que 0,44%, même pas 1%, on est la moitié, mais moins que la moitié d'1% de la population mondiale. Même pas 1 sur 300 personnes citoyennes n'a pas l'Asperger, mais c'est une minorité, une petite minorité. Là. Fait que l'Asperger, nous on est obsédés par certains sujets. Ces sujets-là, on est très intenses. Moi, mes sujets obsessifs, à moi, c'est la géopolitique. Des études en géopolitique. Et je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant. Aussi, le sport. La danse étant mon sport préféré. La danse étant mon sport préféré. Oui. La danse, le sport, l'entraînement physique. Et les études en civilisation. Avec les jeunes en public. Les jeunes en public, c'est quelque chose, bien sûr, qui me concerne. Et donc, c'est ça mes obsessions. La géopolitique, 24 sur 24, les études de civilisation, ça c'est mes obsessions. Et l'entraînement physique. Et quand je fais l'entraînement physique, vous voyez, je suis intense, parce que, bien sûr, j'ai commencé à m'entraîner. Puis je dis toujours, mon conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui, et le vôtre aussi. Mais moi, j'ai commencé il y a 6 ans, bien sûr, quand je suis sorti de la dépression et d'être suicidaire. T'sais. Et que là, quand j'ai sorti de la dépression puis être suicidaire, il y a 6 ans, c'est quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte. Quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte, il y a 6 ans, ça m'a fait sortir de la dépression puis être suicidaire. Et puis j'ai dit ben, tellement de choses à voir au Canada, les centrales d'Hydro-Québec, à Bay James, les voir, les faire, c'est tellement de choses pour en faire, puis tellement de choses pour faire, de côte à côte, dans mon pays, Canada, dans ma province, le Québec seulement, juste à Montréal, la métropole de 2,5 millions. Fait que j'ai sorti de la dépression, mais cet événement-là, il y a 6 ans, je l'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte. Je m'en souviens pas de grand-chose, qu'est-ce que j'ai écrit dans les journaux, mais je m'en souviens avoir déménagé, puis déménagé à une meilleure place. Là, j'ai déménagé, puis j'ai commencé à m'entraîner. J'ai eu la COVID là, en 2020, mi-février à mi-mars. Ce temps-là, c'était la maladie. Là. Je pensais que j'allais mourir. Je dis souvent, je suis mort durant la COVID. Puis c'était comme la mort, la pestilence, puis la maladie. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence, puis la maladie. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence, puis la maladie. Pour moi, la COVID, tu sais, c'était ça. La mort, la pestilence, puis la maladie. Fait que là, je suis en train de renaître. Je veux rien que je veux retourner en arrière. Tu sais. Mais c'est toujours maintenant, tu sais. J'admire ça. Travailler en construction, ça va être pour nous, ça. Fait que des salutations, mais ça fait un bon. Fait un bon. Du bon travail public ici. Du bon travail ici. Merci, merci, merci. Merci, merci, merci. Ça va être quelque chose de bon. J'admire les travailleurs en construction, puis j'ai hâte que ça soit fait. Puis 10 millions d'investissements, peut-être avec 6, ça fait 16. Puis ça va être un aréna qui va être ouvert. Fait que, il faut en construire, il faut en construire, il faut en construire. Puis il faut en construire bien plus. Ouais, construction d'un centre sportif et récréatif. Hey, bravo, merci, merci. On doit remercier les travailleurs en construction. Je suis un fan, hein, quand ça va sur la grue, puis qui monte ensemble avec le savoir-faire, avec du ciment, du béton. Puis je suis toujours salué. Moi, j'ai mes forces, puis des fois, dans certaines choses, je suis médiocre moi-même. Dans certaines choses, je suis moi-même médiocre. Dans certaines choses, je suis comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Médiocre. Pas bon. Comme ci, comme ça. Médiocre, pas bon. Pas bon, médiocre. Comme ci, comme ça. Pas bon, médiocre, comme ci, comme ça. Dans certaines choses. Dans certaines choses, je suis excellent, super et bon. En géopolitique, mon entraînement physique à la marche, ben, je pense que peut-être, je sais pas si les athlètes multimillionnaires des ligues du sport, mais sont-ils capables de venir marcher un bon 7. Le chiffre après 6, c'est 6, c'est 7 avant 8, c'est 8. Un bon 7 heures. On peut faire 3,5, une petite pause d'une demi-heure, puis après 3h30. Je pense que ça, on filme ça, on voit s'ils sont capables. Sinon, ils devraient faire un don à l'armée du dragon, puis comme on dit en bon québécois, se fermer la gueule, se fermer la gueule, se fermer la gueule. Bon, mais that's it, that's all rock and roll, puis je suis pas parfait, je suis pas prétentieux, je suis pas sans défaut, sans ego, non. Sans ego, non. J'essaie d'être balancé, c'est sûr, si j'aurais, tu sais, j'ai des bisous. Des châteaux, des câlins, du rock'n'roll, des marches à pas de carte, c'est toujours la gratitude. Mon loyer est payé, ma facture d'électricité est payée, j'ai du café petit thé, puis du rock'n'roll avec la poésie. J'admire les travailleurs en construction. Ils sont là le vendredi, ils sont après il est déjà 6 heures, fait que ils travaillent un peu plus, fait que pour nous autres, puis je les remercie pour être en temps, merci pour être à l'heure, puis je veux savoir que les citoyens, les traitent bien, puis je sais pas, les amène un petit café, un petit bang, quelque chose, parce que c'est pour nous autres, hein, c'est public, c'est pour nous autres, ça va nous appartenir, puis il faut prendre conscience que la civilisation c'est un privilège, la civilisation c'est un privilège, mais la civilisation c'est un privilège, on a le public, on a le public puis le privé, il faut que ça danse ensemble, le public, puis le privé, le public puis le privé ensemble. C'est un partenariat public-privé à 24/24. 24/24. C'est un partenariat public-privé, c'est 24/24. Puis ici, c'est toujours qu'est-ce que je dis. Puis je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique. Hein, moi, ça me fait vraiment du bien. C'est ma médecine et thérapie de choix. Puis encore une fois, je les salue. Les travailleurs en construction, que vous voyez déjà passer 6 heures, puis ils sont encore là un vendredi. Fait que ils travaillent un peu plus. C'est dans la soirée, puis plus difficile. Fait que je dois les saluer parce que ils font du bon, puis c'est pour nous, c'est pour moi, c'est pour vous. Quand c'est un aréna, il va être au public, puis comme celle-là, c'est encore les travaux publics. Mais moi, j'aimerais ça les peinturer, je peux faire du bénévolat pour peinturer, puis mettre de la peinture, mais surtout sur les bancs du Mont-Royal, là. Je suis obsédé, je voulais vraiment les peinturer, hein, puis je veux vraiment les peinturer, les bancs du Mont-Royal, puis les bancs du Mont-Royal. Je veux vraiment les peinturer, puis c'est quand même du travail à faire, puis c'est 24/24. Hein. Puis je suis un artiste aussi. Les poèmes, j'en ai plein, j'en compose à tous les jours en français et en anglais, puis du rock'n'roll. Des livres d'enfants aussi, croyez-le ou pas, le dragon arc-en-ciel. Ben, j'aime ça les enfants, des fois. Si vous êtes de ma famille, québécoise, des fois je suis dysfonctionnel aussi. Puis j'ai l'agressivité moi aussi, mais je m'entraîne, je fais l'exercice physique hein, pour ne pas nuire à aucun autre citoyen. Des fois on est dysfonctionnel. Hein, l'Amérique du Nord n'est pas parfait. Mais il y a des choses qu'on peut s'améliorer, mais ça va prendre la renaissance, pas l'action. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde? Je l'avais prévu en 2019. J'ai prévu la situation qui se déroule dans le monde en 2019. en 2019, j'ai prévu la situation qui se déroule maintenant dans le monde. Je l'ai prévu en 2019. Parce que la géopolitique, c'est une de mes obsessions. J'avais fait des études pendant des années. Je m'en souviens. Comme je l'ai dit, je m'en souviens. Les choses que j'ai écrites de ma jeunesse puis tout ça, mais je m'en souviens pas grand-chose. À vrai vous dire, mais c'est comme... Je sais pas, j'ai fait beaucoup de drogue quand j'étais jeune, je sais pas. C'était une blessure à la tête, une trompe. Peut-être la moisissure où j'ai été, où j'habitais avant. Même la COVID, là, mais la COVID, je l'ai en 2020, puis je m'en souviens avoir déménagé, puis je m'en souviens juste maintenant, tu sais. Mais les dernières années, je veux dire, puis le fait que j'ai fait des études en géopolitique, puis j'étais un couple d'années comme un pied dans la rue, un pied dans les bibliothèques, j'étais comme un pied dans les rues, un pied dans les bibliothèques, j'étais comme un pied dans les rues, un pied dans les bibliothèques, puis bien sûr, avec un pied dans les rues, un pied dans les bibliothèques, j'ai fait des études, puis j'ai lu, j'ai écrit, puis en faisant la lecture, puis bien de la lecture, puis beaucoup de lecture, puis j'avais écrit tout ça, puis faisant toute cette lecture-là, mais j'avais fait bien sûr des écritures, puis j'avais prévu la situation actuelle, ben, en vue que qu'est-ce qui se passe en conséquence dans le monde, la Russie, l'Ukraine, hein. Genre, ça fait 70 ans, 3 générations, ça n'a pas été que en fin de la Deuxième Guerre mondiale, il n'y a pas eu de guerre en Europe de même. Grosse guerre, ça. Après ça, qu'est-ce qui se passe au Moyen-Orient? Israël la marche. Puis moi, j'étais un Nord-Américain, j'ai une propre analyse en géopolitique. Analyse en géopolitique. Puis j'avais prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe. J'avais prévu, veux pas avec les imperfections, j'avais prévu la situation d'une manière parallèle, en parlant parallèlement. D'une manière parallèle. I'm glad the youth are having fun. See, it's their security, their liberty, and mine, and I'm a citizen, philosopher, artist, athlete. I love the youth, you know. This youth, this North America is really, fundamentally, I'm at the core, I'm a North American, Quebecer, Canadian. I personally do not consider myself as a member of the diaspora, although many past lives, many incarnations, and I can be a world peace advocate, and I am. I predicted what's happening now back in 2019. I predicted a conflagration, an international conflagration. And of course, which is just kind of happening. But I have some solutions. I'm just a citizen, you know, $10,500 in debt, and love my geopolitics. I'm obsessed, Aspie obsessions. Different aspies. Some aspies it's science, mathematics, and chemistry. Some aspies it's arts, ballet, and stuff like that. Other aspies it's literature, poetry, and novels. Depends, but usually we have a few narrow ones and then we kind of have the sub ones. But my main ones is geopolitics, c'est la géopolitique, hein? Mes obsessions. Puis primaire, c'est la géopolitique, l'étude en les analyses en géopolitique. On va aller voir combien on est dans le mois ici. On va aller voir combien qu'on est moins dans le mois à la banque. 10 000 500 en dette, $10,500 in dette. On va aller voir combien qu'on est en dette. Because I have protection, but I paid my rent, j'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai paid my electricity bill, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, j'ai du café cuisité. I got coffee and tea. So we're just gonna check a little bit on the drill, you know. So flip it to that French and English, French and English, French and English, you know. Gotta give a shout out to those construction workers there who they built something for us, you know. And they built something for all of us. For me, for you, for us. For me, for you, for us. For me, for you, and for us. That's why they built it there. And we gotta get it on the go. So we gotta salute. You know, they're there for us. And you see, it's past 6, so they're already building up. So gotta give that salutations to them. And I'm in the minus, but I paid my rent, electricity bill paid. So I'm good. Je suis dans le moins, j'ai payé mon facture d'électricité, puis mon loyer, puis on va aller s'hydrater. We're gonna go get that hydration. Across the street here, just turn left and right. Fellow citizen jogging, or citoyen qui fait du jogging. I always like when I see people working out. What a beautiful blue sky. What a beautiful blue sky for my sister friend. I sing it bless millions. Le ciel bleu regarde. Pour ma soeur des millions. And I'm on these boots. I'm on the boots. I'm on the look. Shout out to the public transport in North America. Always for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, carpenters, grocery store clerks, thinking about them. Toujours pour les camionneurs, les électriciens, les charpentiers, les travailleurs publics, les services publics, les pompiers. And this is new. So thank you to the ones who build it, because I use it. It's for me, for you, for us. It's public. Merci à ceux qui ont bâti ça. C'est pour moi, pour vous, pour nous. C'est public. See, somebody else is wearing that red. Quelqu'un d'autre porte le rouge. Almost red, I'm not sure, maybe. Reddish, maybe pink. Benefit of the doubt to all. Bénéfice du doute à tout le monde. And since I touched the handle, I gotta disinfect, but I just gotta check something here. But si j'ai touché, ben je dois me désinfecter les mains, mais je veux juste faire regarder quelque chose ici. I just wanna check a little something. Juste regarder quelque chose ici. Comme ça. Wow, good until 2040. One ticket. Never saw that before. Jusqu'à 2020, 2040, j'ai jamais vu ça. 2040. Wow. Never saw that before ever. 2040, that's a long time. That's the expiry date. 2040. Yes, 24, 16 years. Wow. That says, huh? Wow. 16 years. Says, 16. Years. Wow, that's a long time. It's a long time.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what's up?
Where's track one? I gotta go downstairs.
Track 1, yeah.
I have to go downstairs.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is track number 2, but I'm not sure because I'm not taking it. Oh yeah, it says right there. See?
You went downstairs, right?
3. It says 3 there. Yeah.
So that's downstairs. I think I'm
It might be downstairs, or we might be all the way the other side.
No, the sign here says one downstairs. I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you going to refrigerator?
No, I'm not. I live here. I just came for some water. That's the only thing. Have a nice trip. No, that's 3. I think you have time. I think it's only coming in like 40 minutes, 44 minutes.
Yes. Thanks.
Be well. Anyways, so what I would love to see is a lot of, put here some painting, you know? So I find this is too gray. I find this is too gray here, you know? I find this is too gray. So I would put a little bit of red, put a little bit of black, put a little bit of white, put some rainbow, you know? Mettez un peu de couleur de l'arc-en-ciel, puis ici. Just a little bit of color, you know? Just un peu de couleur ici. It's just very gray. C'est gris quand même. Anyways, I was a fellow citizen, but I am a bit familiar, so I helped him as much as I could. He was nice, Cette, mais je l'ai aidé comment j'ai pu parce que il cherchait le K1 pour s'en aller à Vaudreuil, mais quand j'étais allé la dernière fois, you know, so I was a little bit on the help. Je l'ai aidé un peu, puis like what I can, you know. Whatever I can. Whatever I can. Écoute, whatever I can, you know. Avec qu'est-ce que j'ai pu, you know. So look at that beautiful blue sky. We're now looking at Nancy. Candy, okay? So I used to do laundry right here. Je faisais le lavage ici dans le quartier avant. Here I gotta be careful before I cross. Je dois faire attention avant que je traverse ici aussi. Là. Turn my head left and right, traverser à gauche à droite. And kind of be on the patient, you know. Être patient un peu. Because it's kind of a tricky corner right here, you know. And, you got the station and station qui est là. You got the buildings and you got the neighborhood, man. It's my neighborhood here, mon quartier ici. Puis on y va. Puis gas station right there, you know. So I gotta give a nice. This is nice here. See? Oh, see? Got some bricks there, you know. Some bricks. We got some garbage though. Here in the neighborhood, used to do laundry right there. C'est là que je faisais le lavage ici. Right there. So I'm grateful, thankful for my anonymous sister providing the laundromat. You know? I used to do laundry for a long time there. C'est là que je faisais le lavage. Ça faisait longtemps, des années j'ai fait. Many years. I did it for many years. Now I got the washer and the dryer. Maintenant j'ai la laveuse puis la sécheuse. I like this, what they did. It's nice for the neighborhood, you know. It's a good investment. So I turn my head left and right, you know. I like it. Even the graffiti is kind of nice. C'est quand même bon, je trouve. J'aime ça. Ils ont mis la couleur, puis ils ont mis les arbres là-bas. It's good for my neighborhood, man. C'est bon pour mon quartier. Just eating some romaine lettuce. Je mange juste la laitue romaine, just eating some romaine lettuce. Just eating some romaine lettuce. Je mange juste la laitue romaine, just eating some romaine lettuce. Just eating some romaine lettuce. Time to put on some hat. Across the street here, on traverse la rue. Auctioning this. Green hat. $1 million to give half to my anonymous sister. $1 million pour donner la moitié à ma soeur anonyme. And this hat also. Ce chapeau aussi, $1 million each. Pants, boots. $1 million. $1 million. Children enjoying, the youth enjoying the parking lot. Just gotta be careful for the cars, and my only suggestion is that since they're not wearing any flashing things. They should maybe wear some flashing, but I don't know, financial situation, you know, but I'll definitely finance them if they want to do it, just to wear something, mais je sais pas, parce qu'il y a des enfants sur la bicyclette, c'est bien beau, puis ça amuse, mais moi, la seule affaire que je leur donnerais, puis peut-être pour les parents, mais je ne sais pas la situation financière, ça serait de financer quelque chose qui flash, parce que tu sais, si dans le parking, s'il y a du monde qui ne les voit pas, mais c'est quelque chose qui porte quelque chose de rouge ou blanc qui s'allume, tu sais. Comme ça, ils vont pouvoir être plus en sécurité. Like, could be more secure. That's it, that's all rock and roll. C'est tout. Otherwise, go, go, go. That's it, that's all rock and roll. And gonna put on those gloves and gonna drill it some more. What time is it? 6:37. And I will put on, I'm gonna go at the top of that valley, and it's like a little valley there, and I'm gonna put on some of that the other jacket as well, cause I think the temperature just after sunset, like in just an hour, it plunged like 3 degrees. Je pense qu'en moins d'une heure, ça a chuté un peu, une chute de degrés d'à peu près 3. La métropole de Montréal, Montreal Metropolis. Somebody gotta love our public security. Quelqu'un doit aimer la sécurité publique. Somebody gotta sing a love for that popo. Nobody's perfect. This popo gotta sing some of that rock and roll. They might be listening to some rock and roll also. Aussi, au service de sécurité publique aussi, il faut que quelqu'un fasse du rock and roll pour eux autres aussi. Personne n'est parfait, méchant, mais on y travaille au quotidien. We're working every day. It's time to make a new compromise, new deal in North America. For North American Collective Civilisation, pour le collectif de civilisation nord-américain, c'est temps de faire un nouveau deal. Hein? Compromise 50-50 CIT. How much is the gas? 160, 150 le gaz, mais ça a baissé de 3 cents la semaine passée. It got down by 3 cents. 3 pennies. 3 pennies. So here we're gonna wait. I'm gonna go up that hill. There's a hill there. Il y a comme une vallée ici. Puis on va juste changer. Je vais rajouter quelque chose sur mon gaz. Puis il a commencé à faire fret un peu. It's starting to get that cool. So as I still got to drill it about an hour left. So I'm gonna want to put a little bit of that. Put a little of that backpack on, you know, so as we go to, gotta get some for my anonymous sister friend, and je dois acheter quelque chose pour ma soeur anonyme, and gotta get a little soft drink, so let's see where that Orion at. Orion, if it's there, that means that Scorpio is adjacent. Si la constellation Orion est là-bas, ça veut dire que l'autre bord de l'Orion, c'est the other side of Orion. We'll get that Scorpio, the Scorpion. So now I got to cross the street. Thank you truckers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. Merci les camionneurs, les infirmières, les bouchers dans les boucheries. See, this is Saint-Jacques, ça c'est Saint-Jacques. And here's like a little valley where I can see the mountain, Mount Royal, Westmount from here. D'ici, je peux voir le Mont Royal puis Westmount d'ici. Gotta get a beautiful view of the little sunset here. You can see see a little bit of the lights here in Saint-Jacques. Past sunset, you know we go overtime every time. Where is that Orion constellation? Because I gotta see that Scorpio satellite. I see Scorpio. And that means Orion is Yep. Yep. I'm gonna go towards Scorpio. So Orion now is southwest, and Scorpio is northeast. Scorpio, I'm going towards Scorpio now. So Scorpio is northeast. And Orion. So I'm up to my southeast, southwest, correction. Southwest is Orion, and northeast is Scorpio. Northeast is Scorpio. Fait que la constellation du Scorpion, maintenant je la vois, c'est à nord-est, je vois comme 7 étoiles dedans. 7, 7, le chiffre après 6, le chiffre après 6, avant 8. De l'étoile du Scorpion, c'est au nord-est, puis Orion, c'est au sud-ouest. And we're gonna put that jacket on, cause it's getting a bit on the chilly. Fait qu'on va juste mettre le jacket parce qu'il commence à faire fret. We're just gonna get a minute, do some star salutation, that's 418 code. Code 418, code 418, le code de 88 418. Nous. And that was some Thelemite stuff. That was some Thelemite stuff. That was some Thelemite stuff. Des affaires téléma, de téléma, de la téléma, 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 téléma. As my father, the poet said, once upon well-read, when I said rock and roll it, for the Scorpio and the Leo. Et comme mon père Crowley qui a dit, un poème pour le lion, pour le serpent, puis pour le scorpion. Et on y va, la marche, on continue. Back on Saint-Jacques. I had to take care of some solar star business. Ça sent des étoiles, puis on y va. Gotta go get my sister, for whom I march today, dedicate some upon request. Je dois aller pour voir ma soeur pour la requête, lui acheter quelque chose. Puis on m'a donné l'argent parce que j'en ai pas. She gave me the money, so I don't have it. Anyways. Thank you to the cashier workers, firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, plumbers, electricians, grocery store clerks, construction workers. Merci les travailleurs en construction. Merci les camionneurs, les travailleurs dans les caisses, les caissiers, caissières, les travailleurs en service public, ceux qui changent les aqueducs, les égouts, travail public, les pompiers, les charpentiers, les boulangers dans les boulangeries, puis les camionneurs, ceux qui font la livraison de nourriture, une salade, une poutine, hamburger, fromage, pizza, those delivering the food now, pizzas, fries, salads, hamburgers. Please, strippers, please give those farmers, truckers, give them a free lap dance. Les danseurs, s'il vous plaît, donnez aux fermiers et aux camionneurs une danse gratuite. Aux fermiers, or a discount, faites une réduction. Strippers support the DGA. Les danseurs, il faut qu'ils financent, qu'ils soutiennent l'armée de la déesse qui danse. I would probably go once a month if I would have some money, of course. I do consider it an art form, dance form, and dancing is my favorite sport. Je considère bien sûr que c'est une forme d'artistique, de danse puis d'art, puis la danse, les danseuses, c'est de l'art. Twerking is art dance also. Twerking is also art dance. Le twerk, c'est aussi un mode style, c'est un style de danse aussi. Le twerk, c'est aussi un style pour moi de danse. Pour moi, je considère ça un style de danse. J'y travaille, je suis pas si bon en twerk. I'm not that good at twerking, but it's a work in progress, man. Can only get better, but I do have a big rainbow booty, though. I do have a big rainbow booty. J'ai quand même des fesses rondes arc-en-ciel dragon. Quand même des fesses rondes arc-en-ciel dragon. J'ai quand même des fesses rondes arc-en-ciel dragon, quand même. Train conductors, conducteurs de train, grosse salutation, salutations. I ain't got money to take the plane, but thanks. J'ai pas l'argent pour prendre l'avion, mais merci. Mais ça a l'air intéressant, pareil. 13 mars, du théâtre du Rideau Vert. Conseil des arts de Montréal. This looks interesting, so I'm going to take a picture because I like to promote, although I might not have money to go, but I encourage local art, même si j'ai pas d'argent pour y aller, mais j'encourage l'art local. Fait que c'est quand même bon, go. Go if you can, and if you're English, I do encourage you to go expose yourself to some of our French theater. You know, I write some theater, but you gotta expose, immerse, immerse, immerse. You know, 24/7 theater in my place. You know. Il y a du théâtre chez nous 24/24 quand même. Puis c'est quand même la comédie is a lot of comedy, you know. So I do comedy, art. I'm a seventh comedian, je suis un septième comédien. Puis a lot of things I don't know. Beaucoup de choses que je sais pas, je connais pas, mais some things I do know, other things I don't. But that's how we roll, and c'est comme ça qu'on y va. Puis somebody wearing that red again. Quelqu'un porte du rouge encore. Hey, how about those garage workers? I could learn a thing or few, changing some fuses, changing some oil. A lot of it is still based on decades old, eh? A lot of tech change, high technology, but some of the principles of cars and automobiles is pretty much the fundamentals of much science is the same, eh? Les fondamentaux de beaucoup de sciences des automobiles, mais ça a quand même resté pareil, quand même. Même si on a des micropuces, puis le GPS, we got that GPS and others, but a lot of fundamentals have stayed the same. Right? Beaucoup de fondamentaux, mais ils ont resté pareils, tu sais. Gotta give a shout out to And we do need to rebuild a lot of bridges, hey, see? Lots of bridges. Beaucoup de ponts, we gotta rebuild a lot of bridges. A lot of bridges, beaucoup de ponts comme ici. Gotta rebuild a lot of bridges, see? This was, of course, public works. Ça, c'était aussi des travaux publics, ça aussi. Was, it is a lot of work here, beaucoup de travail. Beaucoup de travail. Lots of work here. It's steel, metal, ciment, du béton. Lots of work just to build a bridge here. Juste pour construire ce pont ici. Just to build a bridge here. Build bridges. We must. Construire des ponts. Rebâtir les ponts, l'infrastructure de l'Amérique du Nord publique. Rebuild the North American public infrastructure, we must. Gotta get that 21st century, man. 21e siècle. A lot of public works, man. I gotta get that salutations to those construction workers, you know. Les salutations, travail public, and here there's a big construction. I'm a fan of construction workers. I sing rock and roll for them also. Chante du rock and roll. Help me build the House of the Dragon. Aidez-moi à construire la maison du dragon. Aidez-moi à construire la maison du dragon. Help me build the forgotten goddess. Aidez-moi à construire, bâtir la maison du dragon. Help me build the forgotten goddess. We gotta build, man. Construction workers build it, eh? C'est les travailleurs en construction qui construisent. See, they got that everything red, man. Red, my favorite color, red. Rouge, rouge, rouge. Right here, red drapes, man. Gotta get that buildings. Gotta get that drill. Gotta get that PPP, man. Public-private partnership. That's my dream. The dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. Ça, c'est mon rêve. You're welcome. He had his hands full and I carry something, so I got out of the way. He said thanks, you're welcome. Il a dit merci, mais je me suis tassé de son chemin parce que le citoyen avait une grosse affaire dans les mains, fait que j'ai dit ben, je me tasse, you know. Je me tasse de là, puis que ça fasse bien sûr, puis je me suis tassé, puis ça l'a fait un bon. There's a big building right here. See, that's a big building. So we're gonna drill it. What time it is? 7:06 already. So we're gonna do that 3-hour march, you know. But it's gonna be more for me, but for the video, you know, on va faire une 3 heures de marche. So once again, march special dedicated Women's Day, International Day, and for my anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know, ma soeur anonyme, la meilleure femme que je connais. Puis it's about what it is, you know. So it's what it's at. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? And meditating on all the planes now, all the satellites. We need to build more satellites. NORAD, Dragon Army, Public-Private Partnership, and lay webcams. North American Integral, 21st Century, Citizen Integrated Security and Service, Citizen Integrated Security and Service, and Citizen Integrated Security and Service, and Intégrale du 21e siècle de sécurité et de service, and webcams, plus de satellites, de partenariat public-privé, on doit construire, puis faire des cams accessibles au public, 24/24, Public-Private Partnership, all media, 3G, 4G, 5G, 3G, 5G, 4G. We gotta get that doing now, you know. It's somebody wearing that red, and always red, and always love that rainbow with it, you know. Toujours rouge, puis on manifeste. And again, a friendly rainbow dragon reminder that your fitness journey begins today, as mine always does. Un petit rappel de votre dragon arc-en-ciel que votre conditionnement physique commence aujourd'hui. You know, so that's how we about going, you know. C'est comme ça qu'on y va. So we go left, we go right, and you go in a circle, you go east, west, north, south, à la droite, à la gauche, en arrière, en avant, puis dans un cercle, puis au nord, au sud, à l'est, à l'ouest. And that's how we get that drill, man. And that's how your fitness journey starts. That's how I started 6 years ago. When I was like 77 pounds down since. J'ai commencé à 6 ans, puis j'ai perdu 67 livres, puis ici il y a un frigidaire commun. Just gonna check, so food security starts with our farmers, la sécurité alimentaire commence les fermiers, mais here's the community fridge, so somebody's gonna take that bread, it's got bread, du pain, merci les boulangers, thank you. I'm gonna close it well, on ferme bien, puis there's still some bread up and down, so there's plenty of bread. By tomorrow probably be gonna. So thank you for the bread donation. Merci pour la don du pain. Ça fait toujours du bien voir. Here also got a little food pantry, you know, so that's cleared all, rock and roll. So everything there goes. So that's how we go. Grateful for the donations I myself took. A little, you know, I take some bananas yesterday. J'ai fait des bananes, and today I took a little bit of jam for me and took a little bit of jam for my sister, you know. So I always could put more. I put blessings, and so I could give hugs and kisses and bless those who give charity, you know. Ceux qui donnent la charité, ben, je leur donne, because I also have things to offer, you know. I just don't want to take. I also want to give. Je veux pas juste prendre. Je veux aussi donner, tu sais. C'est du va-et-vient toujours, and dans le centre, in the center, and it's always integral to have a little bit of a mid path, you know, not totally selfish, not totally selfless. Avoir un chemin moyen, pas tout à fait 100% égoïste, puis pas 100% tout à fait pour les autres, pour moi, pour les autres, pour moi, pour les autres. Balance, harmonie, équilibre, balance, harmonie, équilibre. But I'm working on it, j'y travaille moi-même. C'est un travail constant, c'est toujours une méditation. It's always a meditation. being aware of our lower selves, which I have, you have, we have different degrees. On a aussi un côté plus bas, là, plus animal, plus bas. Moi-même, je l'ai, toi tu l'as, on l'a, puis à différents degrés, là, par exemple. Mais on l'a. There's a higher self, but sometimes I'm with the foot in the middle, sometimes I'm with the foot in the higher self. Des fois, je suis dans un... Je suis dans un... avec des... dans le centre. Des fois, je suis avec un pied dans le plus haut. So that's how we roll. That's how I like to rock and roll and drill. C'est comme ça que... And my spirituality est ouverte. My spirituality is open to... There's a lot of things I don't know. Being a mystic, and I do know my reincarnation, some of them past lives. Moi, j'y crois là. Je suis un mystique. J'y crois à la réincarnation. Mais il y a des choses que je sais pas. Tu sais, j'ai pas. Il y a des mystères. There's mysteries. Il y a des mystères. There are mysteries, right? So I cannot claim to know it all. That's a good idea there. That's a good idea. So many things I do not know. There's room for questioning, room for the center. Yeah. La place pour le questionnement, la place pour le centre. But also you gotta do, you know, I like to do. J'aime ça faire aussi, tu sais. J'aime ça faire. I do like to do. I like to do. Also think, meditate, rest, masturbate. Also do. J'aime ça faire. Penser, méditer, mais... Puis oui, je me masturbe aussi. Fait que inquiétez-vous pas, je me suis assuré qu'il n'y a pas d'enfants quand j'ai dit ça alentour. I made sure that there's no children when I say that, although we have to... Adolescence and sexual education in high school, I think it's important. Sexual education in high school, I think it's important. Sexual education in high school, I think it's important. Moi, j'y crois que au secondaire, l'éducation sexuelle, c'est important. Ou secondaire, l'éducation sexuelle, c'est important. Ou secondaire, l'éducation sexuelle est important, c'est important. L'hygiène, consentement. Hygiene, consent. Now, you know, the body... is a temple for pleasure and purpose. The body is nothing to be ashamed of, and the body's for pleasure is nothing to be ashamed, but consent and hygiene qui... Le corps, il n'y a rien d'être... Mais par le corps, c'est sacré, le corps, c'est divin, le corps, c'est... Tu sais, pour ça, c'est pour le plaisir, puis pour le consentement, l'hygiène, le consentement puis l'hygiène, le consentement et l'hygiène, c'est important. Des fois, il faut simplifier aussi les choses. Sometimes we gotta simplify. Eh? There are things which we don't admit. You know, I'm not totally living in. Seven seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yellow! Just in time, just at time. Oh yeah. I made it before the red. J'ai avant le rouge. So we're going towards the Scorpio now. Maintenant, on s'en va. La direction vers le Scorpion. Now we're going towards the Scorpio. So I see Scorpio now. Above me, almost, but not yet. Comme plus proche d'où je suis, mais pas encore, là, mais quand même un peu proche. As I go to get my anonymous sister friend, I get her that drink, you know, so I already feel it, because this is like my march, I think it's like 6 in a row. Today is Sunday? I don't know if I did Sunday. Je sais pas si j'ai fait dimanche. Mais c'est quand même, I think it's the 5th in a row. Tuesday, yeah. 5th workout in a row. Yeah. Workout, rock and roll every day. It's my work. On travaille en plus. Gotta put on that glove. Yeah, I see that Scorpio. Je vois le Scorpion. I got a few seconds, let's go. Just in time, juste à temps. Oh yeah. I don't know, it was interesting poster, but it's kind of said everywhere, 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 but not necessarily everywhere. There's love somewhere, you know, because he was kind of very like negative. It said the post said crises everywhere. There's lots of crises. So it said it was written violence everywhere. There's a lot of violence, violence everywhere, crises everywhere, violence everywhere, inequality everywhere. Well, not everywhere. Some people are well off. How about you gangster rappers give some chat? You sing for the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors. How about solution? But somewhere somebody kissing, loving, there's love. There's people holding hands and kissing now and making out, matchmaking, having fun. There's youth. All I know is the island, Montreal metropolis, 2.5 million people. Tout ce que je connais, ben, c'est l'île de Montréal, puis bien sûr faire de l'entraînement physique. Puis, parce que ça le dit, il y a des crises partout. Puis oui, il y a des crises. Ben oui. Il y a des inégalités. Oui. Mais ça dit partout, genre everywhere, partout, tu sais. Ça dit partout, des crises, la violence. Oui, mais il faut discerner, you gotta discern, il faut discerner aussi, you gotta discern. Discernment, discerner, faire le discernement, tu sais. Yeah. Careful, attention. 7 seconds, I got plenty of time. 7 secondes, j'ai amplement le temps. Just wanted to hear a little bit of that jazz, you know. S'entendre un peu de jazz. And go a little bit in the zigzag, you know. And get it drilled. And stretch a little bit because I got that backpack, 44 pounds. Already marched more than the generals of NATO today. J'ai déjà marché plus que les généraux chefs des armées du monde libre. De l'OTAN, go. Operation Steadfast, go. Opération Steadfast. It's Operation Steadfast, you know. Gotta get that NATO, man, you know. L'OTAN, salutation. Gotta defend that nature and civilization. Il faut défendre la nature et la civilisation. It's always as I go, 24/7 rock and roll. Women's. Puis Women's Day today. Pour la journée des femmes aujourd'hui. The greatest woman that I know, my anonymous sister friend. La meilleure femme que moi je connais. Ma soeur anonyme. If I make a million, gonna give her half. A billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. Si je fais 1 million, je vais donner la moitié. 1 milliard, je vais donner la moitié. 1 milliard, je vais donner la moitié. Calling on all willingly loving, blah 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 blah. Je fais appel à tous par volonté puis amour, blah blah blah, la la la, blah blah blah. Or that bank with a lion. RBC, that's my bank, give some charity. Support the DRT for the creation of the UE. My sister citizen Christian Freeland. Masaran Sœur Citoyen Christian Freeland. C'est interdit la réfusion de la dette pour la création de l'UE. At RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, la Banque Royale du Canada. I'm not gonna go check because I know I'm in the red in the minus, but I'm rich in kisses, shit ish. I gotta love those, j'aime ça les deux. You know me, I love the lights. Vous savez que moi j'aime ça les lumières, fait que toujours bon quand j'en vois ici. So I go now, I'm gonna go around the back. Oh yeah, loving me some of those lights. J'aime ça ces lumières. Some of those lights. Les lumières. I love me some of those lights. Quite beautiful. Vraiment beau. Oh yeah. So I'll take a picture here. I really find it nice. Je trouve ça vraiment beau, mais... Really nice. Good job, good job. Bon travail. Un bon embellissement. Bring me some joy, joy, joy. Ça m'amène de la joie, joie, joie. And here we wrap up. 7 minutes left, 7 minutes left. On this marching vlog, grateful, thankful my rent's paid. Electricity bills paid. Got food, got coffee. Got some donations for bananas and got some jam. I'm good to go. Je dois dire ma gratitude, j'ai mon loyer payé, ma facture d'électricité aussi, j'ai du café et du thé chez nous, du jus, de la nourriture, du pain. Merci pour le don, pour les bananes, le pain, la marmelade. La marmelade, so. Gonna get that well nourished, you know. Du bon nourrissement, so. It's rock and roll, you know, so. "24/7 for the bakers, butchers, nurses, doctors, carpenters, firefighters of North America. Butchers, love you firefighters, love you grocery store clerks, love you nurses, love you doctors, love you fast food workers, love you those delivering the food. I love you, I love you, I love you. My anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know. I already asked to marry me, no open BDSM switch marriage. L'amour pour les pompiers, l'amour pour les infirmières, l'amour pour les docteurs, l'amour pour les ambulanciers. L'amour pour les travailleurs publics et les travailleurs publics. L'amour pour ma soeur anonyme. J'ai déjà demandé un mariage ouvert. Told my as enormous, big loving. Big hugging, make love tonight. Faites l'amour à soir. Always rock and roll for those truckers on the road. Toujours rock and roll pour les camionneurs sur la route. Puis, I'll prendre 50-50. Takes that 50-50, you know. It takes that global dragon union, you know. So, prendre the dragon, puis takes a little bit of doing, and takes a little bit of doing, takes a little bit of meditating. Ça prend un peu de méditation. Ça prend un peu de it takes a little bit of action. Love is action, you know. I put on the table, not just blah blah blah. Je mets sur la table pour juste du blah blah blah.